What's going on, guys? Today we're talking about why I'm here. I'm here to provide value and make money. The overall objective is to make money at the end of the day, right? Or should I say, take money because making doesn't exist for us folk out here. And so at the end of the day, if you guys had value throughout anything that I said, it's like, of course I want to make money, right? Of course, everybody wants to make money and make a living. So it's like at the end of the day, the objective is to always provide value in a way that equates to somebody having such a great experience that they're like, hey, you know what? Here's a dollar, right? And so everywhere I go, and maybe it's not the objective to always make money, right? That's not the overall objective. The overall objective is to give. I'm practicing the universal law of giving and receiving because the more I give, the more I receive. And it's not like, okay, if somebody asks me for, what have you, let's say they ask me for some information and it gives them, $1,000, let's say. And it's like they get this $1,000 worth of value. And now I'm like, hey, you got $1,000 worth of value. You better break me off a piece of that. Nah, it's not like that. It's more so I gave value. So now I know whether it's receiving through this person or receiving through somebody else, that's where the value comes back. That's where I make my money, right? So it's not that I'm looking at every single person as an opportunity. It's not that. It's that I'm looking to provide value to every single person, which would equate to opening that door of reciprocity, if you will. And so now it's like, okay, the value he provided was so good, then maybe they'll be like, hey, you need to go ahead and check out this guy Emmanuel's videos. Hey, you need to go ahead and see what Emmanuel could do because look what he did and it was free, right? Or what have you, right? Because of that, that's the objective. That's literally why I'm here. It's not to sell out, right? And be like, okay, well, today we're sponsored by Apple. Apple's so great that they sponsor this video. It's like that would be nice. How and more so if Milwaukee sponsored me, then I'll be like, hey, check out this Milwaukee, because that's something that I actually use, right? So it's like if it's something I actually use, then of course I'm gonna accept it and be like, hey, this is such a great product because I've actually used it. Like again, in the past, I used Innova. Innova sponsored one of my videos in the past, and I always mention Innova because I'm very grateful for their product because the product makes the mechanic life so much easier. Because the part that I may have mentioned this in the video in the past. This was a couple years back, but it's like their product literally makes maintenance so much easier. You could literally look at the maintenance schedule basically on there and see like what is due right now. And so it makes your life so much easier. Hey, did you do spark plugs? No. Okay, so maybe it's time to do spark plugs and wires or coils, whichever component your car has. And so it makes that so much easier to recommend. So it's like, of course, I'm gonna be like, hey, go check that shit out, go get it, because it's dope. Now, when it comes to random things, right? That's when people are selling out. They're like selling their soul, if you will, for the money. That's not the objective here. The objective is to just give you value. So much value, in fact, that you feel so uncomfortable with the value that you're like, hey, what you got for me to like actually get from you? Because all this value that you're providing, it's like it's an abundant amount of value. So I kind of want me a piece of that, right? And it's like, here you go. Also, by the way, my name is Manuel Velasco. In case you guys didn't know, I'm on a mission to help 7,200 people learn everything I know from mindset to business and beyond so that they can each help another 7,200 people do the same. And if that sounds like something that you want to be a part of, hey, make sure I don't know if I have this in the description box, probably not, but we'll just give it to you right here. So this is my phone just for everybody here, right? And so this phone, it's a real phone. It's not one of those bullshit phones. The phone number is attached to this phone. So it's 737 864 0824. Text the number only don't call. I'm not going to accept any calls. Anyways, so that's how you can reach me, right? Because I want to be a resource for you guys, right? Whether that's a resource that is paid, whether that's a resource that is, just for resourceful sake, that you need some help with something. If it's simple and it's like, oh, it's a PDF I already have, here you go, have that, right? So the objective is just to help people. And as a byproduct of helping people by providing value to people, money is just the end of the equation. So of course it's not it's like Gary Vaynerchuk says, give, ask. Give, ask. Give, ask, right? I'm not asking shit. I'm just telling you what I got available, right? It's like if you want it, go ahead and do it. If you don't do it. Like it's up to you, right? And so it's like I only want people who want the help. If I have people who don't want the help, and it's like, okay, you don't want the help, but I made you pay. So now you're going to attempt to pay attention, but you're really not the type that's looking for the result I'm providing. Well, that's going to be a sucky experience, not just for me, but for you as well. So I'd rather it be people that are interested in the help, right? Because I've been through the period of time where it's like, unfortunately, the ones we love, the ones we want to help the most, are sometimes the ones that we can't help at all, right? We have all this information available and we pour it into it, pour it into them, maybe. And then they don't take it. They don't hear a word. Hey, that's illegal. All these different negative stigma between what you're doing, right? And when that happens, it's like, well, now I see you're not the type of person at the moment, at least, and hopefully you will, but sometimes they never will. Is the unfortunate truth. Ready for the information. And so you guys sit there and be like, wow, the people that should trust me the most to help them accomplish whatever it is, right? We built this relationship up. They don't want the help. Or either they see you as, the kid that you used to be, or what have you, the old you. And when that happens, it's like, okay, your reputation follows you, right? And so, because these people see you as the old you, hey, let's talk about the basketball game. Hey, let's talk about the football game. Yo, you see the soccer game last night? Wow, that tennis game was crazy. Yo, the way he hit that golf ball, man, it's like, fuck all that. Like, to me, at least, fuck all that. I'd rather talk, hey, man, what ideas do you got? How can we grow together? What have you learned? What have you figured out? Oh, that's interesting. Like, did you think about, mixing a little bit of this into that? Those are the conversations I much rather have is the conversations about creation, creativity, growth, right? A lot of the times people serve you for the moment, but they don't serve you for the lifetime. And what I mean by this is that the person you were before, these people might have been perfect for you. And now the person you became and the person you're becoming, those people no longer serve your objectives of what you're looking to create. And if that's the case, then it's only holding you back to stay in this situation. So instead of holding yourself back, you must let that go, release them so you can move forward. And so it's like, again, at the end of the day, if you find it valuable, great. If you don't, and this is ridiculous to you, great. Either way, this is perfect because this helps me weed out the people who maybe they like how I speak or how if I curse and stuff like that, which I will. Um, they don't mind it, but there's other people that do mind it. So here you get to get access to the full character, if you will, of Emmanuel Velasco. And now that you have the full character, it's like you get to make your decision now of like, is this somebody that I want in my corner? Or is this somebody that I don't want in my corner? And honestly, that's an important question, right? Do you want this random guy on the internet, giving you this advice and stuff? Or do you want somebody to like be there in person, hold you accountable, like a fitness coach, right? even though there's a lot of online fitness coaches, which is the wave, really. So it's like the overall objective always is the energies exchange. So the energy exchange of money is an energy exchange. It's not really paper. It's more so you provide value, and as a result, boom, here you go. Here's money. That's all it is. And so that's why I say I'm here to to make money. That's the objective. I'm here to provide value and make money. The value is that every time I make these videos are really for my sons, right? So it's like I get to provide value to them. And if anybody else finds value in what I'm saying, then that's fantastic too. That's just a bonus, right? But you got to create things in a way where it's a byproduct, a bonus, if you will. Because if the overall objective is just money hungriness, it's like you're a salesman with commission breath. That's not who I want to be, right? I've been a salesman. I've been like, I've had the commission breath only because like I was starving. I was hungry, right? I didn't have, I had to kill my next meal, if you will. And in those situations where it's like money was low, then yeah, like everybody is like, you better be my opportunity, right? But that's survival mode. That's not flourishing, right? That's not knowing that there's no such thing as lack. There is no such thing as lack. There's no such thing as fear. And when we're born, do we have any of these things like ingrained to us? It's like we're born, and it's like, oh, I'm so afraid of life. It's like, no, you don't know what the fuck is going on. You just fucking bobbing your head around and looking around like, wow, what is that? Oh wow. And you're in fascination. But then eventually the scars of life hit you and it's like, you know what? I don't like the dark. You know what? Being on heights, I don't know, it's scary. You know what? These insects, ooh. You know what? And this shit need to be clean or else like it's just dirty. And then to them, dirty is like having this one thing on the desk where it doesn't belong and it just blows their day, right? And so it's like these different instances create all these pillars of blockages, if you will, because everything in this plane is for us to have. There's nothing here that is not yours. Everything is yours. Claim it. You want money? You desire money? Because wanting means it's outside of you. If you desire it, it's a little bit different. So, what are your desires? What do you want in this life? Do you know? Because the overall objective is knowing thyself. A lot of people out here don't know themselves, whether they have the abundance of wealth, whether they have the abundance of relationships, whether they have the abundance of health. They don't have the full picture. I want you to remember back in the day what it took to be an actor. To be an actor, you had to sing, you had to dance, you had to act, and you had to do all those at the highest level too. Now they broke that up. Are you a dancer? Are you a singer? Or are you an actor? That's three different roles now. And so when somebody comes with the trifecta, it's like this person's amazing. And it's like, wow, like they're so creative that I don't know. They like what they do is like they're unstoppable. But that's because they're like the actors back in the day. They're very versatile in the ability of what they're able to do. And by seeing that versatility, that's what excites us. And that's why we're like, oh, okay, like here's my money for that song. Here's that money for the concert. Because it's very entertaining, right? You don't want to be with somebody who's just there on the mic and they're like saying their lyrics. Da, 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 da. Like that would be boring as fuck, right? They gotta be an entertainer. They gotta make the crowd move, make the crowd feel things. And so they're providing a value in a certain type of way. The value of back in the day was like you had to be a beast. And that's why it probably was difficult because you had to have all these characteristics before. And now it's a lot less. I mean, in the reverse, a lot of people without melody were able to become singers. And nowadays there's a lot of people who are very good at singing, rapping, creating music as a whole, but they're not famous. They don't have they're not flourishing, right? But that's also something that stems from the mind, right? Do they believe that they're providing value, or are they being selfish? Which, most people don't know the definition of selfishness, but there's a difference between greed and selfishness. Greed is what most people call selfish, right? Because, hey, he wants everything for himself. He's thinking about himself. So he's being greedy. He's not being selfish. Right here, providing the value, right? And talking to you guys as me being selfish. Because again, it's a byproduct. I'm doing this so my sons have these lessons to follow. And I'm also right next to it, it's like other people get value. So it's a double whammy, if you will. And because it's double the value, at least, for some people, since it's double the value, it's like, boom, like that's true selfishness because I know that because I'm giving, I'm gonna have more to give. Because I'm saying, hey, I got this much to give for free. So if I keep giving like this, then wow, I wonder how many people are going to give to me just based off of this. What am I going to receive? Right? Because if the giving is this high, then so does the receiving. They got to match. It's the yin and the yang, it's the balance of it. Right? You cannot have light without darkness. Right? For the example, boom, if I turn off this light, I know it's not that dark, but it becomes darker, right? And then you have the light that lights up the way. And so if you're not lighting up your way correctly, then you can't see shit. You're lost. If you don't have a direction, then you're lost. If you know where you're going, you can know when you're off. Simple as that. So, anyways, value is something that everybody has. You have some type of value. You're an expert at something. An expert is only someone who's one step ahead of the next person. So it's like, okay, I don't know how to charge my iPhone. You know how to charge it? Boom, you're an expert. Period. Right? But most people overcomplicate it. It's like, oh, I gotta learn how to fully take this apart and put it back together in order for me to be of service to somebody. It's not, it's a lot more simple than that. A lot more simple. You don't have to be light years ahead. You just have to be one step ahead. And that one step is so valuable to somebody. Like somebody's really struggling right now and they need that one step that you have. And that one step is so valuable that they'll give you money for it. But it's just a daily normal thing to you. I mean, you probably handle the shit every day and you don't realize the gold that you're sitting on. You might be sitting on a bunch of opportunity, money making opportunity, but you're just not seeing it as a money making opportunity. See, I used to think I was normal, and what I know is like everybody knows this shit. But I had to realize through multiple conversations, multiple, places where I felt like I didn't belong. And yet I was able to keep up with everybody, if not exceed everybody. And if that's the case, how can I be normal? How can I be normal if I know something that someone else doesn't know and I could help them because I know that information? Super valuable. It's super immense. And so if the game is to provide value, you already have it. You have that money making opportunity that you're sitting on right now, but you just think it's normal. Remember, Everybody has their value. Everybody has something that they could help somebody else with because they've already experienced it. It's like, have you potty trained your kid? Then you could help another parent potty train their kid. Have you made a specific food from scratch? Well, you could teach somebody else about that specific food from scratch. You're probably a lot of people's cookbooks are something that they didn't realize that they have already, but they didn't write it down, right? Like when I cook, I don't write shit down. I just go ahead and do it, and then boom, I have a creation. But now, if I wrote it down so many times, man, I would have a recipe book and a half. Like, but I didn't write it down, right? So I didn't find it valuable enough to make it into a resource, which it could very well be a resource because a lot of people think high protein meals are like 30, 40 protein. Um, and I'm like, I'm making meals a double that on the regular. And it's not like I'm breaking my back and going so crazy on my way to make these protein infested meals. No, it's just like I'm putting shit together and it's like, oh, like this is I actually made a meal for my wife today. It was 78 grams of protein in that meal, right? And it was just one bowl. That's it. Just one bowl. 78 grams of protein. Yet people half that would be 40, just about, right? 39. But half that would be 40. And that's what places are considering high protein. There's actually a place that was like, their their big protein thing was like 35, and then they had something else that wasn't necessarily protein specific, but it had 50 grams of protein. Seems interesting, right? But anyways, that's the video. I'm here to provide value and make money because at the end of the day, money is a resource. It's a tool. It's not something that controls you. It's literally a tool that you use for the betterment of yourself and others. Because guess what? If you want to help a lot of people, I'm sure money would be a big help in that process. It's like, okay, you want to educate people. Well, you need advertisements so people know that you got this wonderful education, don't you? They don't know you exist. You gotta tell them you exist. That's one way money goes. And then as a byproduct, maybe you make some money off of that. But remember, the overall objective is an energy transfer. Money is just money could be anything. The energy transfer is the same. When you provide value, that's an energy transfer to something else. It might be like, oh, thank you, like you helped me so much here, take these cookies. Hey, that's a reward, right? Hey, like, I'm working on somebody's car and hey, you want a bottle of water? Oh yeah, sure. Thank you. It's a byproduct of the energy. It's not a byproduct of anything else. I got the opportunity to work on one of my dream cars and get paid for it. Mind you, paid handsomely for it. And at the end of the day, that groomed a very dope relationship. So it's like again, you never know where your value could take you because that relationship could equate to, hey, you need funding on your next real estate deal? I got you. Just based on the value you provided. Remember, it's the objective is value, nothing else. The give, and then the sell, the pitch. Like if you're giving so much, if you're able to hold off the give, I should say, if you're able to hold off the pitch and focus on the giving, then when you make the pitch, it'll be so much stronger. With that being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, and it will be Christmas Eve. So we'll talk to you then. Peace.